This is update 21. It's the 20th, something like my 42nd day, and yeah, it's been a lot that's gone on. So last time I was broken on the side of a road after just seeing the stream rafty thing, the water thing. That was really cool. Anyway, yeah, Dave did come back when my bike bust out. I think it was a broken chain in the end. The chain in the bike had broke. Yeah, so yeah, Dave came back, and then Dave saw what happened, drove all the way back. I stayed with the bike. He drove all the way back to the hostel. They came, and anyway, yeah, it was broken. The guy was like, oh, okay. He knew what happened to it, obviously. So then he just basically used his motorbike to like push mine. So I sat on it like normal, and he put his foot on the foothold and held the back, and then he powered my bike. So that was weird. I had to drive all the way home without any engine, but I was driving. That was funny. I wonder what it looked like if it was two people just clinging onto each other's bikes. But yeah, made it all the way back, and they gave us a free bike, but they didn't have any automatics left, so they gave us a manual, which Dave took on, and I took on his automatic because I don't really know too much about manuals. I can't even drive a car. So yeah, so he took that on, and that was fine. But it was already about 6 o'clock once we got back after the bike holding up. So yeah, we chilled out that night, played cards with people in a hostel. Then I'm going through this fast because it's got a big ending, an ending worth skipping to, I may add. And then yeah, the next morning we got on the bikes. Dave had the manual, I had the automatic. We drove to the big plan was to get to Kip, which we did, and we wanted to do the caves. So we went to the caves. It was quite a drive. It was about 12 kilometres, quite far out, but it was on the way to Kip. So yeah, we did that we knew from the caves from my book. So we rolled up, and it looks a bit dodgy because this man was like approaching us asking us for money, but to be fair, it did say in my book $1 entry. So we paid this guy $1, and then we paid for our parking of our bikes, only like 25 cents. And then the guy was like, oh, I can be your guide if you want. And we were like, oh no, we don't want to pay for you. Thought it was like a scam. And he was like, oh no, let me. He was like, oh, I'll do it for free. He was like, oh, I'm just a student. He was like, you can pay me if you want. So we were like, fuck it, alright. So we took him on, and he gave us the best route around these caves. Like, we went climbing up these caves, we went through these tiny little holes, and like crawled out, but he like knew it. So like when we crawled out to like something magnificent, like a massive open cave. So yeah, he just showed us all the way around that. And if you're claustrophobic, no way you're going a chance of that, because he'd just take you into a hole, and then to get back you could never do it fast. So it was just one of those things I had to keep going, and he said it ended in the same place. But yeah, anyway, did some climbing and that, and he had great history, so I ended up tipping him quite a bit, and I was like, thanks man, it was really good. And then he recommended like a secret lake down the road quite a bit. So we were like, oh, do we go that way or go get on the road for Kip? So we thought, fuck it. So we took it, and we never found the secret lakes, but we saw the pepper fields, because obviously Kampot pepper is like one of the world's best pepper in the world, some of the best pepper. So yeah, it's really big out here and really expensive. So yeah, we saw all the fields and how it's produced, and everybody, all the people that are all farmers were like, you know, they're all happy and smiling, they had cows. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that drive. And then after a while we got to the main road, which it shouldn't have taken that long, but it did. And then we went all the way to Kip, with some really cool roads as well, like in a desert, well, like sort of sandy sort of stuff. And then we went straight in, went to the crab market, which is really big, and it was amazing. Like, I know I said the other day the market was amazing, but this one was seriously good. Like, they just had crabs everywhere, and they were literally just going into the sea, because it's on the seafront, taking in baskets, pulling out crabs, and just like, and then putting them in water and selling them. It was so fresh, and they had all sorts of stuff going on. It was a mega big market, and they were cooking the crabs if you wanted it cooked, and stuff in jars, and oh, it was awesome. Got some videos for that. And then yeah, I had palm tree juice. So they basically like get the palm tree and just like crush it, and juice comes out of it, and then they put ice with it. It's so nice. So then we went down the beach in Kip, looked at the beach. Nothing special, but nice. That it was a nice beach, nice and white, and all the locals are there because they haven't quite finished their New Year's holidays yet, so they were having fun. It was nice to watch. And then we just had to go to a seafood place. So we picked one wisely. We went in, and well, we both just got egged onto the biggest thing. It was about $12, but we just both agreed, like, look, we're going to treat ourselves because this place is amazing. Like, we had the best day driving, like, drove some wicked stuff, saw the caves, and anyway, it was one of my best meals ever, just because of the fact that what a day it had been, and we were on the seafront in a restaurant on our own, to ourselves, and we ordered a big platter each. It was like crab, squid, prawns, and a local fish around here called scapper, and then chips and a beer. So it was amazing. That was wicked. And then we pedalled it all the way back, got into town, stopped to take a photo with the sunset. So it was a great sunset view, by the way. And then Dave's bike didn't start, and we couldn't work it. So he borrowed my ped. I waited with his ped, and he went all the way back because they like David here. So they were always like, "Oh, David." So yeah. And then as I was waiting, I asked some locals, like, "Oh, can you help?" And then they push started it, and I was like, "Oh." And then they're like, "Here you go." And I was like, "I don't really drive a manual." So then I had a crazy little route for about 6k, like driving a manual, but really easy, really easy. You can hear it when it goes up a gear and down a gear. That's fun. And then I beat Dave here, so I got here. And then yeah, and that was the day really. Then we chilled out that night. It was such an amazing day. And I drove a manual bike at the end. That was a laugh. And then anyway, last night we just chilled playing cards and made a few friends, an Australian and a New Zealand, and we decided we'll all go to a national park together because we've all got motorbikes. So we all headed out, drove out, paid about 50 cents I think it was on the door, and then it's like you just go up these mountains on these curvy roads. Like, they're the most amazing roads, but they're so like sharp and dangerous. So you can't go at any speed, but we went pretty fast. And then we went right to the top with a big Buddha, and then you're in clouds, so you couldn't really get a good snap, but it was wicked. And then after that, this is where the story gets a bit wild, and I've been acting cool through this film, but you're all going to be shocked. I basically got it all wrong, crashed big time, scratched myself up, broke the bike completely. Well, not completely, but yeah. Basically, it was 4 of us. I was just at the back at this point, you know. I'd been at the front, but we started after the Buddha, and obviously I had a brake, so my mind wasn't quite on it. And then we got going, and then it was a downhill left turn, and obviously on the right side of the road here. And yeah, I just went down too fast, and I was following the girl in front of me, the Netherlands girl, and her line wasn't good, but I went out with 2 speed. And normally you can get composure and sort of like go, like, all right, brake sharp here and turn. And I was braking, and I was just going too fast. I was like, right. So then by that point I was just like, right, I'm going to crash. I was like, holy shit. And it was all in split second, by the way. And then I just was like, right. So I'm going full pelt at this bloody corner, and I'm braking, and it's not slowing me up. So and then in split second I decided like how I'm going to crash this and how I'm going to come out best. So I slammed on the back brake, wasn't stopping me. Slammed on the front brake. Obviously didn't want to do the front brake on its own because I'd go flying over the handlebars. And anyway, I was just still driving into this corner, and then it came up to the barrier on the side, and I thought, if I smack that, I'm going over the barrier, I'm going to fucking die here, because it was like a drop afterwards. So I fucking just bailed it, skidded the bike, let the bike run straight into the thing, and I just jumped off. And obviously done a bit of parkour in my day, light parkour, and you sort of learn that when you do a jump, to sort of save your fall, you sort of do some rolling. So I was like, right, I'm going to fucking jump off and roll like a motherfucker. So here I am, my vest and my shorts and flip-flops, and just bail straight off the top, going at about, I don't know how fast I was going. I probably hit the corner at about something stupid like 60 kilometres, and then I don't know what speed I was going, and then yeah, I just rolled and scratched myself up, and then the girl heard straight away. She heard just a crash, and she just spun round, but the other 2 just didn't hear it and went off. And yeah, she came round, and I just jumped up and was just like, "Is my bike okay? Is my bike okay?" Thinking I got away with it, and then I looked down, and my adrenaline was pumping, and actually blood everywhere, just leaking out of every angle of me. But yeah, so that, yeah, I split up my leg. My toe's pretty screwed up. Another knee, got an arm here. I just smashed it up, but my head didn't get hurt at all, so I got lucky there. Maybe my helmet took a hit, but obviously it all went in a split second. Well, it's funny because when I was going into it, it wasn't a split second. It was like slowed down so I could think, and then suddenly it was all over, and I was like, okay, I'm alive. So it was a mega good. I honestly, like, the driving's great, and I fell in love with the biking, but for 1 second I turned off, and you can't turn off when you're biking. You just can't turn off your mind, you focus. So yeah, I just went plummeted into that, so I crashed it. And then from there, our bike centre at the hostel had a call number, so we called them, and they came down to get the trucks, and I said to the other 3, I said, look, go on, man. I was like, I'm going to be waiting here, it's fine. So Dave waited a little bit, cleaned me up, and I said, no, Dave, go. And he was like, okay. So then they went off, and I just sat on the road. I did this video before, and I didn't do it fast enough. And then they picked me up in a truck, and here I am, just back at the hostel. And they picked up the car, they picked up the bike and me from the truck. And the truck cost me 35 bars. So now I'm going to clean myself up. And I've got some good videos of, well, just the past 2 days. Obviously, Kit being a laugh and the crash. So, but it's really exciting. I'm out here for experiences, and well, what an experience! I crashed a bike and stayed alive. But yeah, sorry, Mum. But yeah, I was pretty smashed up. I was shaking. It was pretty serious. But yeah, enjoy the videos. I'm gonna get cleaned up and probably have to pay an absolute fortune for a bike now. Oh well, fun. Ah, my hand. Oh, my hand as well. Hang on. Yeah, that's gruesome. Hang on. It's actual skin hanging off there. It's skin. Got to clean it up though. Yeah.
Ooh, my favourite.
That's cool. I like that. One more time, Dave. Go on.
That stone over there is just fucking stuck.
Oh yeah. This place. What's that sound?
Like camera thing.
It's tight squeeze, isn't it, boy?
It's fucking tight. Not used to squeezing in small spaces.
You can look over there. You can see the tree.
Oh, alright, you can just
Like
see a
it's
hole.
there.
Like a tree.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it's stairs. Oh, right.
Good one.
This is cool.
Yeah, this is really cool.
You can put the head please.
No problem. Oh, whoa. As long as the snap and we're alright. Okay.
You hold arm.
Oh, fuck that up.
Yes. And you can put one on, put your leg like this and here.
On this one? Cool.
Hold it out.
Well, hand on the root.
Yes, be careful. Do like this. And crawl back.
Fucking bag's gonna be fun.
You go first, Dave. I'll video you.
Oh, cheers, mate. Take my bag.
Throw it to him.
Be careful, baby.
Got it?
Yes.
Sweet as a nut.
So we just came through
Fucking
that.
way, video me,
Came
cunt.
through that, and now I want to video you, Dave, because you're pretty good at it, mate. Not just a pretty face.
Oh, man, you should climb for England, mate.
Yes, go on, boy. Now it's the crawling action.
Yeah, man. You get to see my arse.
Yeah, it's a great view from here, mate. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you literally have to crawl all the way through.
Oh
I'm
my!
like a seal, man.
Put the head on the top there.
Yeah, I've got you.
All right, ready.
Fucking
Put it there, please.
So they catch them in these little square boxes, and then they deliver them, and then they serve. How much for a crab? For a big crab? That's quite a lot. This place. Welcome to Crab Market at Kip. We are in Kip, and we are having what they call a feast. You got crab, prawns, squid. We don't know what that is. What fish is that? We don't know. And then we ordered some fries, got some beers on the bloody sea. Oh, and also with some Kampot pepper.
There's bones in this boat.
Look at that. Ooh. It's eating time. The aftermath. 1 knee. 2 knee. 1 fucking fucked up toe. Oh yeah, nice. Couple more cuts on that side. Grazed arm.
Good job.
Big fucking hand cut up.
You did a good job.
I did a really good job, mate. Yeah, I'm really impressed.
What did you do with that?
And a little bit of back. Nah, the back's alright, but that's the good one.
That's the money shot.
That's the money shot. The money maker.